Greetings friends, Deacon Dennis here in Santiago de Compostela. It was a fairly uneventful walk into the city today from the town of Grosso. Did a solo walk, started early because I wanted to get here for the noon Pilgrim's Mass, which I did have a chance to see, as you will see in a moment. Although there were security that during the Mass were preventing people from taking photography when they swung the giant thurible, and you'll see what I mean in a moment with all the smoke coming out of it. Everybody had their cameras out and the security wasn't quite as harsh. But we made it here. It was a rejoicing celebration walk into the city with hundreds and hundreds of young people and older people, and on the square it was just amazing, all the reunions that were happening, and it just really was a remarkable experience. It is a relief to have the walk over with, but in some ways there's some sadness because this has been a really meaningful experience. I think you've figured that out if you've watched the videos previously, but the experience has been just one of those things that is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You know, I may do this again. I would love to do the full Camino, and to do that I would need to start in Saint-Jean in France, hike through the Pyrenees, and then hike to my starting point, which was in Lyon. And I may do that in the next few years. But, you know, it's something that I want to kind of reflect on and pray on and think about. There are many people I want to thank for this wonderful opportunity. First, I want to thank my wife for encouraging me, buying me my first John Brierly Bible to the Camino de Santiago back over a decade ago, and encouraging me as I kept talking about it. I'd planned to walk this with a dear friend named Jim, but sadly he's dealing with a health issue for not only himself but also his wife, and so he was unable to make the hike, so thus I go solo. But I want to thank him because we talked a lot about this during our deacon formation. He's a deacon as well, and without his encouragement, I'm not sure I would have ever done this. Also want to thank the people along the way who gave me some wonderful tips. For one, the losing of the backpack, Dr. Tom Curran was the one who advised that, and I didn't take his advice for a couple of days, and my feet were really cranky with me. But there's a way in which you can send your backpacks forward each day to each of the locations you're staying at, and Dr. Tom told me about that, and finally after 2 days I relented and said, I'm done. I need to walk with a backpack that's a little more comfortable to walk with. But we're rejoicing here in Santiago. I'm here for a couple of days. I'll probably post a few more videos, and then I'm headed out to the coast to a beautiful place called Finisterre, I think in the Spanish language it's Finsterra, if I'm not mistaken, and that may be in Galician too. Galician is the language that's spoken here, which is a combination of Spanish and Portuguese. So yeah, we made it and we're rejoicing. So there it is. Welcome to Camino de Santiago and Santiago de Compostela.